It's called Leaked Data Reveals Massive Israeli Campaign to Remove Pro-Palestine Posts on Facebook and Instagram. And you can go read it yourself, but there's a lot of anti-Israel sentiment in the writing, so I wanted to go over the data, but I needed to actually rewrite some of the stuff to make it more, less aggro, as I like to call it, because it doesn't need to be that way. Anyways, let me go ahead and start here. The data compiled and shows that takedown requests allow individuals, organizations, and governments to request the removal of content that allegedly violates the policies of Meta. The information received by Drop News indicates a large majority of Israel's requests fall in the 95% range under terrorism, violence, and incitement categories of Meta's policies. Israel's requests have targeted users from Arab and Muslim-majority nations. Sources inside Meta confirms the authenticity of information provided by the whistleblowers. The data also shows that Meta removed over 90,000 posts to comply with takedown requests submitted by Israeli government in an average of 30 seconds. Meta also significantly expanded automated takedowns since October 7, 2023, resulting in an estimated 38.8 million additional posts being actioned across Facebook and Instagram since October 7, 2023. By actioned, it means that the post was either removed, hidden from view, or banned. And on the first chart here, the first 10 countries are Iraq, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Tunisia, Yemen, Algeria, Palestine, aka Gaza, Jordan, Egypt, and the date runs from July 2022 to July 2024, and you can see how basically until January 2024, the posts were under 400 posts on average that were reported. Basically in July, it shot up to an average of 400 and spiking above somewhere 1,000 posts, and that's just from the first chart. The second chart has 20 countries on it, and they are Libya, Palestine, aka Gaza, Lebanon, Tunisia, Syria, Indonesia, Jordan, Turkey, Iran, Morocco, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, the United States of America, Egypt, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Iraq, Pakistan, and Algeria. Doing the top 20 here, I guess. And this chart goes from January 2023 to October 2024, and you can see it starts out above 200K posts, and then in October 2023, looks like right after the October 7th attacks, it shoots up to 300K, and they're all anti-Israeli posts. It dips down till about January 2024 to over 100K or so. Then it shoots back up again somewhere in the middle of January to February, March, into April, pretty high, around 200K, and it spikes about 300K. I mean, they're reporting a lot of posts and getting them removed, and then it was about an average of 200K until about, I want to say, August of 2024. I mean, the graph goes from July to October pretty quickly there, and that shot up to 500K posts, and those were the basically the number of posts proactively actioned by Meta across their platforms. What I want to continue reading here is the kind of the details as to how the government went about the takedowns and how they actioned it and how many countries were involved. The takedown requests, all of the Israeli government takedown requests post October 7th contain the exact same complaint text, regardless of subject matter of the message. In the article, sources said that not a single takedown describes the content, even as the request links to 15 different pieces of content on average. Instead, in addition to the description of the October 7, 2023 attacks, the following appears. This is an urgent request regarding videos posted on Facebook which contain inciting content. The The file attached to this request contains link to content which violates Articles 24A and 24B of Israel Counterterrorism Act 2016, which prohibits incitement to terrorism, praise for acts of terrorism, and identification or support of terror organizations. Moreover, several of the links violate Articles 2, Section 4 of the Privacy Protection Act 1982, which prohibits publishing images in circumstances that could humiliate the person depicted, as the content images of the killed, injured, and kidnapped. Additionally, to our understanding, the content in an attached report violates Facebook's community standards. Meta's enforcement system processes user-submitted reports through the platform's built-in reporting function, triggering a review. Reported posts are first labeled as violating or non-violating by AI. If the AI indicates a violation, the post is removed automatically. If the violation score is low, meaning that it might not be a violation, a human reviews the post internally before deciding to take action. Government and large organizations have higher priority channels to trigger content review. Reports submitted this way received are usually reviewed by humans rather than AI. Once reviewed, the reviews are fed into Meta's AI system to help better assess future content. These TDRs are more likely to result in content removal. Meta has been complying with Israel's takedown requests without human reviews, according to sources inside Meta. A Human Rights Watch report stated content post October 7, 2023 of the 1,050 posts Human Rights Watch documented as removed or suppressed on Facebook or IG. 1,049 apparently involved peaceful content in support of Palestine. One post was content supporting Israel. It was removed for clarification in case that was confusing. When concerns about over-enforcement when dealing with content that was pro-Palestine were raised inside Meta's integrity organization, a source said leadership responded by saying that they preferred to over-enforce against potentially violating content rather than under-enforce and risk leaving content live on Meta's platform. The global scope of the review of the information that were received by a drop site, Israel's takedown requests have largely targeted users from Arab and Muslim majority nations, with the top 12 being Egypt at 21.1%, Jordan at 16.6%, Palestine aka Gaza at 15.6%, Algeria at 8.2%, Yemen at 7.5%, Tunisia at 3.5%, Morocco at 2.9%, Saudi Arabia at 2.7%, Lebanon at 2.6%, Iraq at 2.6% as well, and Syria at 2%, Turkey being 1.5%. Users from over 60 countries were targeted in total, but Drop News charts only show data from 20 countries in the combined two charts. And the 10 in the first chart are actually appear in the second chart. So it's kind of interesting the data that they wanted to show versus what they didn't want to show. So I would have liked to have seen the data from all of the 60 countries, but they didn't show that. If you enjoyed this video, please consider watching another video and hit the like button on your way out. And have yourself a wonderful day. Again, thank you for watching. Please consider watching another video. Like and share so the videos get traction, and I appreciate it, and have yourself a wonderful day.